Welcome to the Knowledge Atlas. In this episode, we explore Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by historian Yuval Noah Harari. First published in 2011, Sapiens traces our species from small bands of foragers to global civilization, asking a single bold question: how did a fragile ape come to dominate the planet? Over the next segments, we'll follow the revolutions of imagination, agriculture, empire, science, and technology, and ask what the future might hold for Homo sapiens. This is the story of ideas that became reality. 70,000 years ago, Homo sapiens were one among several human species. We weren't the strongest or fastest, but our minds changed. The cognitive revolution let us invent stories, gods, and shared fictions. Those imagined realities, myths, rituals, and languages made large-scale cooperation possible. Strangers could trust each other because they believed the same stories. This invisible glue let tribes join, trade, and plan. Storytelling became our survival tool, and imagination our social glue. Shared beliefs became social technology. A coin, a flag, or a scripture works because millions accept the same fiction. Money is trust written small. Religion is trust writ large. These constructs let humans organize beyond family ties. With laws and records, strangers could cooperate at scale, building markets, armies, and cities. Ideas now spread faster than genes. A story could inspire an empire more quickly than marriage could blend tribes. Around 10,000 years ago, humans shifted from foraging to farming. Domesticated plants and animals created surplus, allowing population growth and settlement. But Harari argues this was a mixed blessing. Farmers worked harder and ate less varied diets. Agriculture produced comfort and vulnerability, storage, taxes, and social hierarchies. Land ownership and labor obligations replaced mobility. Civilization rose, but at the cost of freedom and bureaucracy. Rivers birthed cities, places to store grain, trade, and govern. Writing appeared as a ledger, not philosophy, to track debts, rations, and laws. Bureaucracy stitched together diverse populations. Temples, palaces, and markets centralized power. With administration came armies and long-distance trade. Civilization scaled human cooperation, making possible large projects and complex economies. Money, empire, and religion became the great organizers. Money abstracted value across cultures. Empires spread rules and roads. Religion furnished moral frameworks. Together, they enabled millions to act as one body. But those same systems rationalized conquest, inequality, and exploitation. Great monuments and brutal wars are two sides of the same coin. Civilization's achievements were paid for in human labor and the scientific turn. A new habit transformed the modern world: systematic doubt. The scientific revolution taught us to test, measure, and revise. Observation beat received wisdom. Experiments replaced prophecy. This curiosity unlocked technologies that multiplied human power. From telescopes to microscopes, we learned to manipulate nature. Knowledge became an engine for innovation, and eventually for global and acceleration. Industrialization amplified scale, steam, coal, factories, and mass production. Cities ballooned, productivity soared, living standards rose unevenly. Later, electricity and computing turned physical power into information power. The digital revolution accelerated exchange, coordination, and surveillance. Data became a resource rivaling land and labor. Human decisions increasingly rely on algorithms
AI,
and the next chapter. Now we edit genomes and design artificial minds. Biotechnology and AI blur the line between natural and engineered life. Harari warns that intelligence could outgrow biology, and our myths may shift from gods to algorithms. Questions multiply. Who controls gene editing? Who owns data-made decisions? Who decides what counts as human? The future isn't predetermined. Our shared stories will shape which path we follow. For Sapiens, imagination remains both tool and test. Can we imagine a future we want and then build
AI,
it and the next chapter? Now we edit genomes and design artificial minds. Biotechnology and AI blur the line between natural and engineered life. Harari warns that intelligence could outgrow biology, and our myths may shift from gods to algorithms. Questions multiply. Who controls gene editing? Who owns data-made decisions? Who decides what counts as human? The future isn't predetermined. Our shared stories will shape which path we follow. For Sapiens, imagination remains both tool and test. Can we imagine a future we want and then build it responsibly?